Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight, and for the warm introduction, and to GlobalMindED for this tremendous honor. To be recognized alongside such an accomplished group of leaders and in front of so many students who are writing their own remarkable stories is so meaningful for me. And I want to speak to the students in the room for a moment, and I want you to know that your journey matters more than you realize right now. And my story, my personal story, is not one that I tell often. I did what many of us do. I kept moving, and I focused on what was next and what I could say yes to. And the distance grew between my then self and my now self until my own beginning became really a distant memory. And when we don't share where we came from, the people coming up behind us only see the finished version. They don't see the struggle or the uncertainty, and without that, it's much harder for them to believe that their own starting point can lead somewhere extraordinary. So tonight, I am looking back on purpose. I didn't grow up with a roadmap to a career in technology. I grew up without a lot, in a world where the examples of what was possible were few and far between. As a child, I wanted to be a dentist, not because dentistry was ever my deepest passion, but because it was the biggest dream that I could see. I studied microbiology, not computer science, and I worked 3 jobs during my undergraduate career just to stay afloat. I got my master's degree when I was in my 50s. There has been no straight line from where I started to where I stand tonight. But somewhere along the way, mentors found me. People who saw something in me before I could see it in myself. They did not just encourage me, they shared their own journeys and gave me exposure to how they got there, and that changed everything for me. That is why the work that we do within AWS Global Education is so personal to me. Every day, my team works to ensure that students, no matter where they come from, have access to the skills, the experience, and the connections that lead to good careers and meaningful lives. Through our skilling programs, we partner with educational institutions and employers around the world to close the gap between what students learn and what the workplace values. And we work with students to identify and solve real problems for communities, and they discover what they are capable of in the process. But here is what I learned well after more than 20 years in this industry. Technology alone does not change lives. People do. And mentors do, and organizations like GlobalMindED do. And the leaders in this room who show up, who invest their time and their belief in the next generation, that is what bends the arc. To the students here tonight, back there, your starting point is not your ceiling. And to everyone else in this room, your call to action is pretty simple. Find a student, be the person who opens the door, share your story, share your time, share your network. The talent is already in this room. Our job is to make sure the opportunity matches it. So thank you again for this wonderful honor, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so inspired by all of you. And so that is taking it home.